With Newcastle United on the verge of finalizing the £69 million acquisition of Stuttgart striker Nick Woltemade, Liverpool are intensifying their efforts to land Swedish star Alexander Isak by preparing a fresh offer. According to Telegraph, journalist Mike McGrath, Liverpool are ready to table a new bid in the region of £130 million. The deal is expected to include performance-related add-ons and bonuses, creating a package that could tempt Newcastle into reconsidering their stance. This comes roughly a month after the Reds' initial £110 million proposal was turned down, with the Magpies holding out for closer to £150 million at the time. However, the situation has shifted in recent days. A report from Martin Hardy and Paul Joyce of The Times suggested that Newcastle may now be willing to part ways with Isak if Liverpool reach the £130 million mark, a valuation deemed more realistic given market conditions and internal discussions. With the player, the Magpies' transfer activity also plays a role in this softening stance. Newcastle are not only on the brink of signing Woltemade, but they are also progressing with a deal for Brentford's Yoane Wissa. The Bees, meanwhile, have already identified Max Bayer as a replacement, reportedly tabling a £45 million bid to Borussia Dortmund for the forward, should Wissa arrive alongside Woltemade. Newcastle would have the two attacking reinforcements they have long considered crucial before allowing Isak to depart. Interestingly, Liverpool are also weighing up a potential move for Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa, according to Football Insider. This development hinges on whether RB Leipzig succeed in their pursuit of Harvey Elliott, whose valuation currently stands at £50 million. While Liverpool are resistant to losing Elliott, reports suggest that an offer in the £45 million range could still be accepted, especially as Arne Slot has reduced the midfielder's role in his setup. The situation adds an extra layer of intrigue, given that Tottenham Hotspur are also monitoring Rodgers, a 23-year-old talent who once came through Manchester City's academy. Liverpool's admiration for the versatile winger is well known, and he has now emerged as a serious candidate to fill Elliott's boots if the latter heads to the Bundesliga. Journalist Florian Plettenberg of Sky Sports Germany further reports that Liverpool are very optimistic about concluding at least one major signing before the transfer deadline. The club is understood to be prioritizing both Alexander Isak and Crystal Palace defender Mark Ihe in these final days of the window. Liverpool's confidence stems from the groundwork already laid in negotiations. For Isak, the Merseyside club have finalized the structure of their second offer and are awaiting Newcastle's green light before submitting it formally. The flurry of activity highlights the urgency at Anfield to enhance their squad both in attack and defense before the window closes, reinforcing Jurgen Klopp's successor Arne Slot with elite options for the campaign ahead. Portugal's emotional tribute to Diogo Jota, Liverpool's transfer dealings, however, have been overshadowed by the devastating loss of Diogo Jota, who tragically passed away alongside his brother Andre Silva in a car accident in Spain on July 3rd. The Portuguese forward's death left Anfield in mourning, with the club confirming that his iconic No. 20 shirt would be retired permanently. Jota had become a symbol of Liverpool's modern success. He joined in 2020, won the club's historic 20th league title, and had just celebrated marrying his childhood sweetheart Ruth Cardoso. Portugal manager Roberto Martinez has now named his first squad since Jota's passing, fixtures against Armenia and Hungary looming in their World Cup qualification campaign. In an emotional statement, Martinez said, "Diogo embodied unity, passion, and responsibility he dreamed of. Winning the World Cup, and we now fight to make that dream real in his memory." As part of the tribute, Martinez confirmed that Jota's Portugal shirt number 21 would be handed to Ruben Neves. Significantly, this decision was not made by the coaching staff or federation, but by Jota's family, ensuring the number lives on in a meaningful way. Neves, a close friend of Jota, has been deeply involved in supporting his widow and family since the tragedy. The Wolves midfielder even left the FIFA Club World Cup early to act as a pallbearer at the brothers' funeral. Later appearing alongside Cardoso at commemorative events, the two players' bond stretched back over a decade. Having risen together Through Porto's youth teams, Wolves, and Portugal's senior side, many agree that if anyone is worthy of carrying Jota's number forward, it is Ruben Neves, a fitting gesture to keep his best friend's legacy alive on the pitch. Liverpool are once again making waves with their ambitious plans. With the Champions League showdown against PSV Eindhoven fast approaching, Cody Gakpo's history with his former club adds a touch of intrigue, yet it's his future at Anfield that truly captures attention. Dutch journalist Rick Elfrink has suggested that a new long-term contract, stretching beyond his current 2028 deal, could be finalized in the near future, further proof of Arne Slot's belief in the versatile forward, even with the competition expected from new arrivals like Hugo Ekitike. Gakpo's impact on the left flank, already producing a goal and 2 assists in just 2 Premier League matches, makes him an invaluable asset. As Liverpool prepare for a demanding season on multiple fronts, tying Gakpo down could prove to be one of the most important moves of the summer. It might even set the tone for other key players such as Ryan Gravenberch and Dominik Szoboszlai to follow with contract extensions of their own. The big question is, could this renewal spark the beginning of a golden era for Gakpo at Anfield? But while contract talks progress quietly in the background, the transfer market remains anything but calm. Following the frenzy surrounding Liverpool's capture of Hugo Ekitike, whispers have emerged of a dramatic late move for Real Madrid star Rodrigo. Reports from Gibney's Port suggest that Anfield's decision-makers are still scanning the market for another high-profile forward before the window closes. With Arne Slot steering the project, the prospect of bringing in a talent of Rodrigo's caliber has supporters buzzing with excitement. Liverpool's attack has started the campaign in explosive fashion, scoring 9 times in their first 3 league matches. Ekitike has already impressed since arriving from Frankfurt, scoring 3 goals and adding an assist in as many games. But the sales of Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez have left the squad's depth looking thin, pushing Slot to search for another marquee addition. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak remains the priority, but Rodrigo has now emerged as a serious alternative should that pursuit fail. At 24, Rodrigo is finding consistent game time at Real Madrid difficult due to heavy competition for attacking spots. With the World Cup on the horizon, his desire for regular minutes could tilt the situation in Liverpool's favor. Still, any move is complicated. His release clause stands at an eye-watering €1 billion, and his high wages pose another hurdle. That said, Madrid are reportedly open to negotiating, and Liverpool's financial strength, combined with Slot's ambitious vision, may yet make the deal possible. Interest in Rodrigo is fierce, with both Manchester City and Arsenal monitoring his availability, yet Liverpool have a history of pulling off statement transfers against the odds. Adding him to an attack already boasting Mohamed Salah, Ekitike, Gakpo, Federico Chiesa, and promising youngster Ryan